California love. What's up, y'all? You ready to learn how to play this classic on the piano? I'll show you right now what it is that we're going to be learning together. Woo! All right, guys, this is going to be a fun one. We're really in there grooving along, and that riff repeats throughout the entire song. So once we learn it in the intro, feel free to loop it. You can play along with the recording, or if you want to sing and rap, go for it. That could be a fun performance. Let's get started right now. What do you say? I'm going to show you how to play each of these chord shapes. Then we're going to talk through the rhythms to give it that feel that we know. And then we're going to talk through some extra things like how do we accent certain beats to bring it to life musically. All right? You might not be thinking about a Tupac and a Dr. Dre song as a vehicle for musicality at the piano, but here we are, and we're gonna have some fun with this. All right, let's get started. And why don't we start with just the right hand first? Notice the right hand is playing 2-note chords. Our first one here is C and F. And then we're gonna take this shape of a fourth, an interval of a fourth, and we're gonna move it up by half steps. So our next chord is C sharp, then F sharp. Moving on, our next chord is another half step up, D and G. Let's walk through those again. C and F, C sharp and F sharp, D and G. Now this is a little bit awkward to play here, in part because of all the chromaticism, or half step motion, all right? It starts to get a little wiggly in there. And that's why I want to say that the fingering that we suggest here is a bit subjective. I want you guys to feel comfortable when you play this, and there's a few ways that you can do that, depending on your hand shape and size and comfort level. What we have written here is as follows: 1 and 3 for our first chord, and then if we're in that position, look at where our 2 and 4th fingers are. They're already on our next note, so we'll use 2 and 4 for those. Then we're gonna let our thumb creep in a little to D, and our pinky is gonna creep down to G. We'll end it with 1 and 5. All right, so 1 and 3, 2 and 4, and then 1 and 5. Some of you may think that that feels comfy, and some of you may not. You may wanna play 1 and 4, as that's a common position to play a fourth if you're in this position here. 1 and 4, and then simply move that 1-4 shape. And to do that at the accurate rhythms and speed, you may have to slide from your second one to your third one. All right, that's something you could try. And there's other versions too here. So whenever you encounter a weird passage, typically that means there are several ways you could do it, and it will be all right. So find your comfort level there. I'm going to refer to this as what's written moving forward. So we have C and F with 1 and 3. We have C sharp and F sharp with 2 and 4. And when we play that, we kind of want to lift our wrist a little bit as well to allow our pinky and thumb to creep underneath. And then we can land back again on D and G. Okay, those are the chords for the riff. It doesn't quite sound like California Love yet, and that's mostly because we haven't added rhythm, and we'll get there. What I'd like to do now is add left hand to what we just did. Remember, right hand here. Well, the left hand is actually going to be playing what the top of the right hand is playing, just an octave lower. So here, the top note is F, top note is F sharp, top note is G. F, F sharp, G. That's what the left hand's playing. We're gonna start with our third finger on F, second finger on F sharp, first finger on G. And let's go ahead and bring the right hand in. It's the same rhythms too. Let's repeat that one more time. Now let's speed that up a little. Aha, now we're talking. It's starting to really sound like it, okay? So guys, speaking of rhythm and timing, let's try this in time. We're still looking at whole note rhythms for now, but I want to bring the band in here. Let's go ahead and bring in our California Love Band. Let's play along to that track so we can get used to the timing. And let's try it at full tempo while we're still working with whole note rhythms. Ready, go. One more time, same thing.